Everyone, I hope you are doing well, and today we are going to see together and discuss together one subject: are French people lazy, and how many hours do French people work? How is it exactly? So you are coming to France, you think, okay, I want to study French, I want to come here, I am going to work here in France, so what should I expect? Am I going to work every day? How will it be? So as everywhere else, it really depends. It depends on your job. First, what you should know is there is maybe 1/4 or 1/5 of all French people, maybe 1/4, who work as a civil servant. So they work as civil servant, and when you work as civil servant, usually you don't work that many hours. There is the law. The law says that people will only work 35 hours each week. And if you look at the law strictly, then you think, wow, that's not a lot. French people really don't work a lot. So that's the law, 35 hours a week. But in fact, it's not at all like this. So who really works 35 hours a week? If you have the civil servant, normally they should work normally only 35 hours a week. The people who work in the big companies, maybe you work for a big company, the oil company, the car company, you will only work 35 hours a week. Who else works 35 hours a week? Maybe the teacher. The teachers, they only need to teach 35 hours a week. Maybe some jobs like this, you can be sure. Maybe the police people, the policemen. Now, if you work more, you need to get paid extra. So if you work more, you will get paid more. That's how it is. So in all these companies, the big companies, usually people work more, they work longer, then they will be paid more. But the truth is, from my experience, if you work in any company that is not a big company and you don't work as a civil servant, what will happen is you will have to work more, and if you refuse, you could lose your job. And you will not get paid more for what you work more. So I remember when I was working here in France, I often had to work 50 hours a week, even more. I would come back home at 8 p.m. and I would start in the morning at 9. I would arrive at the office at 9. I will be back home at 8. So 9 to 7. And every day from Monday to Friday. And I only got paid what I got paid. I was not paid any extra hours. And that's how it is in most companies. Even in the big companies, sometimes they will tell you you cannot stay in the office. So you will go back home, and at home you will do your work from home. So this happens more and more. It's a way to go around the law, because you have corporation, you have syndicate, you have syndicate. If you are association of the workers, and if you work more, then this guy will say, oh, you need to get paid more. So now what your boss will probably tell you, oh, go back home. Did you finish the work? But go back home anyway. And from home you will need to finish the work. You will have to finish it, but you will just finish it from home. So this is interesting. If you refuse to, you say, hey, I should only work 35 hours. If you refuse to work, you probably lose your job. Now in France, many people, it depends on your contract. So some people, they have the long-term contract, some people have the short-term contract. The long-term contract, it means you cannot be fired except you really make a huge mistake. The short-term contract, usually your contract will be valid for 6 months, and every 6 months they will renew your contract or not. Or your contract will be for 1 year, will last only 1 year, and every year they will renew, the company will decide to renew your contract or not. But even if you have the unlimited time contract, your boss will put some pressure on you and make it unbearable. If you just tell him, I don't work this, I'm going home, then maybe you will always make the life very hard for you, so that at some time you are so tired and you are so fed up that you will just decide by yourself, I quit this job, I cannot anymore. Maybe your boss will ask you, can you please come and see me? You think you are satisfied with your job, you think he will put a lot of pressure on you. Maybe he will tell you, okay, I just offer you that much money and now you leave. He will probably discuss with you. So that's how it is. So I don't think French people are really lazy. In fact, many people work a lot. Now what's happened is, of course, you have many people in France who don't work. Many couple, they will choose, you have one either the man, either the husband, either the wife who will work, and the other one will not work. So will just stay at home, he or she will just stay at home and take care of the kids. You have also all the old people, they don't work. It's really difficult to find a job in France because the jobs that you have are quite stable. More stable as compared to the US or as compared to the UK. Jobs are usually more stable. So what does it mean? It means you don't have that many work opportunities because the jobs are very stable. And it means you have many people who are unemployed. Also now with the crisis, and I think it will get worse and worse in the coming years. Everywhere, not only in France but everywhere. So you have many people who don't work. You also have young people. Well, of course they do the long studies. Most people now they will study many years after the go to the university, and so of course they will start working very late, and it means all these people, you will see them outside on the streets and you think, wow, not so many people work. Which is the truth, in fact, not that many. If you look at the percentage of people who work, there are not that many people who work. And we are lucky in France that we have the legal help from the state. So many people, even they don't work, they can still live from this. It's not very big, it's not very important, but you can get a small income from it. And I know most of the very wealthy and most of the wealthy people, what they do is they hide their money abroad and they went away because they don't want to pay so many tax. And if they can avoid paying the tax and just go somewhere else, that's what they will do, you know. It's just opening his roof. Okay, so I think it's interesting to look at all this. What else can I tell you? The weekend. You know, the weekend is very precious for most French people. So French people don't work on Saturday and Sunday. And in fact, if you come to France, you will see that the shops are closed on Sunday. Most shops are closed on Sunday. Sunday or Sunday afternoon, most shops are closed. If you, during the week, if you go to the shop after 7 o'clock, many shops will be closed. Some of them now, the big supermarket might be open until 8:30, 8 o'clock, sometime 9 o'clock. But this is really something new. Because French people, they value their holidays, they value their free time, and you have the strict opening hours of the shops. So that's how it is. So yes, there is some kind of freedom, but I don't think we can say that French people are lazy. But you have the strict timetable, and French people value their leisures. And as I discuss here we discuss with a subscriber, that's how it is. I will leave you for now. Take care and au revoir. See you next time. Au revoir tout le monde.